freaking god. All right, we're going pro on controller. Sign me up for Battlefield Pro League. Hey guys, MoiDawg here, and today we're going to be going over my favorite LMG in Battlefield 6, the DRS-IAR, or better known in the real world as the M27. Now, most of y'all probably overlooked this thing when you unlocked it at level 9, and for good reason. It's incredibly difficult to use, it bounces around, even when you lay down prone and bipod, this thing is just not fun. Bloom in Battlefield 6 is already tough to deal with, and the DRS at Mastery Level 0 does not make it any easier. So, what we're gonna do is turn whatever this is into a monster for both hipfire and mid to long range fights. That means whether you're playing a smaller game mode like Domination, or the larger game modes like Conquest, you don't need to keep swapping weapons or attachments. This one DRS build can do it all. Now I'm gonna show you guys the reasoning behind certain attachments, why I use one over the other, some stats you should focus on if you do want to tweak this to make the most out of your weapon, and also give you guys a couple options on what to use as a leveling build. I know it's really easy to build a weapon when you have all the cool attachments, but when you're just starting out, it can be tough, especially with the DRS, so I got you covered for that too. Oh, and one added benefit to this weapon is if you're just trying to unlock that KTS 100 through the machine gun challenges and are having trouble completing the 10,000 hipfire damage with LMG's part, this build will have that done in a day of regular playing. Seriously, after a few hours of just using this and playing a mix of squad team deathmatch and conquest, I had this challenge complete without even trying. So let's get into the build, and if you do like the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more Battlefield 6 content, and let me know how this works for you down in the comments below. All right, so this is the DRS when you get it at level 9, Mastery Level 0. These are the attachments and the build that it comes with. So we want to focus on a few stats. As we can see, our hipfire is 46, precision is 29, control is 46, and mobility is 40. The bullet velocity down below also is 720, and our ADS speed is 367. Now, for some weapon builds, precision and control are going to be very important. Precision, if you do not know what that is, it's the spread of the bullets when they hit their target. Think of it kind of like the bloom. It's how accurate you are when you actually pull the trigger. This isn't recoil. We're not talking about how hard your weapon kicks or bouncing around whenever you shoot. This is just the spread of the bullets when they actually hit their target. The better the precision, the tighter the spread, the more accurate it is going to be. Now, control is this recoil. And although a lot of builds are going to try to get precision and recoil as high as they can, we're actually going to sacrifice a little bit of precision in order to maximize our control, our hip fire, and our ADS speed, as well as bullet velocity. With how Bloom is in Battlefield 6, we're going to take advantage of the faster bullet velocity, and we're also going to take advantage of our tap fire mechanic to make this weapon accurate at both mid to long range tap fires as well as a full auto hip fire. First things first, we need to get rid of this bipod. It is an LMG, but we're not going to be treating it as an LMG. We're going to be using it as a versatile weapon, and we need to use the folding stubby, the 20 cost folding stubby. We can see it increases control by 5 points, increases precision by a couple as well. And this is where we're going to take advantage of a faster ADS speed. You can see our ADS speed now going to 300. And we also are going to lose our hip fire, but that's okay. No problem. We're going to make it up with flashlights and lasers here in a second. Now, if you're wondering why we don't use something like the 30 cost stubby, just a matter of points. This 30 cost stubby is better. If you want to customize it later on down the road, I was playing around with the stubby, the 30 cost stubby, the rib stubby for a while, but the points, it's going to be way better to use for the folding stubby when you have the complete build. So 20 cost folding stubby, we are then going to swap over to the extended, the 20-inch extended barrel, and this is now going to reduce our precision down to 26, but it's going to increase our mobility a little bit, and now we have our ADS speed at that 250. It's also going to increase our bullet velocity. We can see it used to be 720, and now our bullet velocity is going to be 900. This is critical in order to actually hit your target. We want to make sure that the bullets are firing quick, nailing where you want to go. This will absolutely shred at your hipfire close range, as well as get these rounds to the target at the mid and long range fight. So 900 bullet velocity with this 20-inch extended barrel. Next up, we're going to be playing around with the brakes. Now, once again, this compensated brake at 20 points is better than the double port brake, but we have to come up with some type of a constellation for these 20 points in order to get a proper hipfire build. So the compensated brake, just so you guys are aware, you will now get 54 points of control. Well, double port brake, you'll also get 54 points of control, but we're gonna put this on here just so you can see. Now it's a 10 cost brake, it's not too bad. We can see with some recoil control, I mean, within 6-7 rounds, you're gonna be killing your target, but you have to tap fire. If you lay on, you're still gonna have issues. It's not a full auto build. This entire thing is trying to take advantage of the bullet velocity and the tap fire of the DRS. If you have this weapon, if you build it just as we're doing, and you still lay on the trigger, even these close range shots, it's going to be very difficult to kill anything. So we want to tap fire. You want to tap, tap, tap. You don't have to tap on this close, and then we will increase our hip fire. As you can see right now, it's a little rough here, but you need to tap. Now, if we use the 20 cost brake, feels just a little bit better. I think it's a little easier to control that recoil. And once again, if you full auto, I mean, you're gonna still get it hit in the ceiling if you have no recoil control. So the brakes, they're gonna help you, but they can only help you if you're tap firing, okay? So overall, this is by far a better brake. But if you can see, the description itself minimizes recoil buildup and improves recoil recovery. So if we're tap firing, it's not really going to be that noticeable, and it's going to save us 10 points. So that's why we're going with a double port brake. So now we're going to get some hip fire and just the basic flashlight. It's up to 37 hip fire, and then for the top accessory, whichever laser you have. I was running the 5 megawatt green for quite a bit, 59 hip fire, and as you can see, you're still going to have 59 hip fire. It's going to be a little bit better, but you know, whichever one. If you have the 20 cost green, go for it. The 10 cost red. Either way, we can see our hip fire now up to 59, and this is just about where you can be. You can pick whichever optic you want. Personally, I prefer the 10 cost 2 times red dot here. And then we want to swap to the 30 round fast mags. And there we go, 100 cost build. Now let's check out our hip fire just to show you how much this shreds. It is going to be completely overhauled from that initial, I don't even know what was going on with that mastery level 0 build, but about this range, don't waste time ADS. It is a nice quick ADS now, but just hip fire. 5 rounds. Also, when you're moving left and right, it's not that bad. You know, if you feel the need to ADS, try it out. Personally, this half a second, this little adjustment from hip fire to ADS has gotten me killed when I can just hip fire and take advantage of the pretty much max hip fire build we have with the DRS. Now, before we go into a leveling build, I'm going to answer a question that I know one or two of y'all are going to say, all right, why aren't we using the trigger? Why aren't we using the mag flare? Wouldn't it make sense to have a semi-auto reducing recoil, increasing accuracy type attachment? And what about mag flare? You know, don't we want to be able to reload while ADSing? So first off, the trigger, we aren't always going to be using semi-auto. I mean, semi-auto you can do at super long ranges, but as we can see, if we can manage our tap fire, most engagement ranges, we're going to be fine with tap firing. So the 15 points in order to get this trigger is just not worth it when we can spin it elsewhere. Now the mag flare, even without the mag flare, you can still, if you mount up, and you can mount by either, you can't just press F if you're not ADS. So if you're ADS next to an object and you're crouched, mount, you can reload while ADS if you're mounted. Now you can't ADS like this, but that is so minor. So the only times that I would even be ADSing like this and then wanting to reload is when I'm mounted. So you don't need to use the magwell here in order to do that. So once again, another just kind of waste of points. And now everything else you can play around, like I said, if you want to have a better stubby, you know, try to find some points here and there. If you're trying to drop something, I would recommend dropping the 30-round mag. Maybe try to drop your extended barrel to one of the heavy or heavy extended. Honestly, I would try to just keep it as heavy extended so you have that 900 bullet velocity. If you go down to the heavy, you're going to lose that bullet velocity, and that's a lot more of a drop than just the heavy extended, losing a little bit of that mobility here for the ADS speed. If you don't mind losing that ADS speed, you can go to the heavy extended, 30-round mag here, and then you have points for the better stubby. This might feel better for you, either one. If you have the canted stubby, you have a little better ADS, but you have far better control, and this might feel better for you. Personally, after playing around with it a little bit, I didn't like this as much, but this is another option if you do want to play around with the points. This is kind of where I would want to stay with, though. Make sure you have that 900 velocity. Try to keep your ADS speed around 300, and you'll be good to go. But with that, guys, what are you guys thinking? Let me know if you use this down in the comments below. How does it play for you? This thing I've loved. Absolutely favorite weapon after finding it, and honestly the only reason I used it is because I picked up a DRS build. I was actually using the Mastery Level 0 DRS. I was hating everything about it, and I accidentally picked up someone else's DRS build that was not quite like this, but just had 1 or 2 attachments that made it feel good. So thank you to whoever died and I picked up your rifle, because it's now turned into my favorite LMG. So let me know your thoughts. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more, and once again, come join us over on the live streams on Twitch or YouTube, and I'll see you there. But until next time, peace.